Good evening, humans. Tyrannosaurus Moth here, and tonight we're taking a look at the WWE Elite Collection Greatest Hits Bam Bam Bigelow figure from Mattel. I love that the WWE team over at Mattel is kind of redoing this first wave of the Elite Collection, both to just give some older figures some much needed updates, but also for collectors like me who might have jumped into the line pretty late. So, this is awesome to see, and there's a lot of good stuff. So let's take a look at it. Let's do this. Aesthetically speaking, this figure looks great, and I do not have the original one to compare it to, which again is kind of why I'm happy that they've re-released a lot of these figures, this first wave of figures. And but what we've got here is built off just kind of the Elite Collection's standard kind of big guy buck, and definitely works very well for Bam Bam Bigelow. So there's no sculpt here at the top of his gear. It's just kind of painted on there. Whoa, pardon me. And so as you can see, just some paint there. Unfortunately, it got some little mark right there. Not the worst thing, but not great either. Same with the sleeves, just painted on. Still looks nice. Most of the paint is pretty clean. And just like a cool sculpt overall, very basic. But all he needs to be, his ring gear was very basic. And then, all the tampos with the tattoos, and we got the head tattoos. So really well done. Absolutely, fantastic face sculpt, and I forget if these heads are updates or not. I think they are. This is just a damn good sculpt for Bam Bam in his prime, and just looks awesome. So overall, it's a really cool looking figure. We get a decent loadout of accessories, which includes some entrance gear from around the time of WrestleMania 11, I believe. But we're actually going to start off with the hands, just because they're easier to do, and just right out of the box we get a couple of fists and then our requisite C-grips. So that's it for hands, and then of course we get that entrance gear I just mentioned. So here's kind of the vest piece. Really nice sculpt here. You got Bam Bam symbol, you got all the kind of fire imagery. Wish they put a little more detailing into the kind of frill here, but that should be easy enough to do. And then in the back, we got Bam Bam Bigelow here in a really nice silver. And it just kind of goes on the figure with these kind of 3 buttons on each side. Not kind of, that literally does. So y'all know what I mean. And then we get a couple of bracers. So they're a really nice fire sculpt. And we got buttons here, but they are not, oh wait, they are actual buttons. I'll be danged. Okay, so never mind, you can pull these off that way. I just pulled the hands off to pull these off. But yeah, apparently you can pry that apart as well. So that's accessories. Articulation, balance are really nice here. As you can see, I have them in a freestanding kick, especially with how small the feet were. I didn't know how this was going to happen, especially with the ankles, but we'll get to that at the end. So the breakdown is our head is on that dumbbell joint. So we're coming up about that far, not really getting any down because of the sculpt. So pretty much just looking forward. We do get a little bit of tilt though, and that is always nice. Come with the shoulders, we are coming up into just about our Y. Kind of a soft Y, but still just past the T. We do get bicep swivel. We now have double jointed and pinless elbows. We have hinge and swivel at the wrists, all horizontal. We have a standard ab crunch, which is getting us that far forward. So not too much of a crunch here, but some nice arch back. Pardon me, unfocus here. So that's our crunch, and there's our neutral. So pretty much the same spot. We do get a swivel at the waist. We get fantastic range in the legs, so almost full splits. We get our thigh swivel. We do get a kick forward. Be careful, the detents are very heavy on this. So we're coming up about that far. So not really a big boot, but close enough. Then we have double jointed knees, bringing us all the way up. Oop, pardon me, I'm gonna move my ring out of the way here. We have boot swivel. Then of course, as we have with a lot of these, we have just absolutely inhuman point, as well as forward. And then again, so actually generous rocker here, which is why I didn't think I was gonna be able to balance it. But it's pretty nice. So that is articulation. Getting into size comparisons, here he is with some other WWE figures, with some other wrestling lines, with some Hasbro and some other Mattel, with some imports, with some monsters. Finally, with an articulated icons Oni and yours truly in human form as a Valorverse Action Force figure. So my final thoughts on the WWE Elite Collection Greatest Hits Bam Bam Bigelow figure is that this is an incredibly solid figure. If you are a fan of Bam Bam Bigelow, or you've been collecting the Elite Collection for a while and you're like excited for these updates, then you have every reason to be. The double jointed elbows are very, very nice. They always are. And you know, just everything looks great. And it's awesome that once again, this first wave is now available to everyone to get. And right now they are showing up in various online shops. I'm not sure if these are going to show up on pegs. Kind of hope they do, again, for just wider reach. But yeah, absolutely worth picking up. So I'll be putting some links in the description below if you're interested in picking one up for yourself. So please check that out. And that being said, I hope you found this review informative and somewhat entertaining. If you did, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing, all that other fun stuff. I'm trying to drive to 1,000 subscribers. So, you know, every single one helps. And just ultimately, I hope that this review helped you make a decision on this figure. So yeah, with all of that being said, I hope you take care of yourself, take care of those around you, and most importantly, stay weird, simians.